An international building exhibition is an innovative engine for urban development and a laboratory for building culture. The IBA Hamburg has completed over 60 projects in its 3 key themes. Metrozones are the leftover spaces and vacant lots crisscrossed by traffic arteries that dot our cities. Commuter lines and railways have bisected the district and left behind gaping holes. Now, a new neighbourhood has emerged, Wilhelmsburg Central and the heart of IBA, the building exhibition within the building exhibition. 4 innovative building and apartment types provide a fascinating look at the future of construction and living. Smart material houses use new and intelligent materials that react dynamically to changes. Smart price houses provide affordable yet high-quality housing that enables middle and low-income families and individuals to buy or rent a home in the city centre. Hybrid houses are buildings that adapt to users' individual requirements, enabling people to live and work in the same place or accommodate multiple generations under one roof. Climate change means that cities require more water retention capacity than ever. With the water houses, the IBA is demonstrating how water can become building land by creating a safe, sustainable and attractive living space on a rainwater retention basin. In 2013, the Ministry for Urban Development and the Environment moved into its colourful administration building in Wilhelmsburg Central, which has become a highly visible symbol of the renewal taking place south of the Elbe. An ensemble of new buildings at the main entrance to the Wilhelmsburg Island Park brings together state-of-the-art buildings designed for a range of different uses. Beyond the innovative residential and event spaces, a medical centre and senior citizen centre contribute to a vibrant mix. The Island Park Hall, new swimming pool and indoor climbing centre add to the recreational options in Wilhelmsburg Central. IBA has also improved the big and small canals and made them navigable. Large cities face the question of where they will be able to expand in the future. They also need to find new ways for people to live and work together. A typical example of a metro zone is Harburg Upriver Port with Harburg Schlossinsel. The Elbe Islands are crisscrossed by a web of barriers. One of the most symbolically important barriers was the customs fence at Spreehafen Dock. Rendered increasingly porous by the IBA, the fence finally came down altogether in 2013. Wilhelmsburg can now be reached directly from the Hamburg Landungsbrücken jetties by Ferry 73. Spreehafen Dock has become an easily accessible and popular recreation area along the water. Cities are both the main cause of climate change and the places where its impact is greatest. The IBA Cities and Climate Change theme looks at the goal of a climate-neutral city from several different perspectives. The IBA Dock, a floating exhibition and office building, represents an innovative approach to dealing with the consequences of climate change and is a good example of climate-friendly and flood-proof construction. IBA's renewable Wilhelmsburg climate protection concept presents a comprehensive model for how an urban district can begin to supply itself with renewable energy step by step. The concept is based on 4 pillars. The first pillar is the renovation of old buildings for greater energy efficiency. IBA illustrates this approach with some model projects. The second pillar is high standards of energy efficiency for new buildings, which involves reducing buildings' energy consumption while ensuring that their energy needs are met by climate-friendly sources. IBA's Energy Bunker and Integrated Energy Network Wilhelmsburg Central projects led to the development of the first local heating networks supplying the buildings of the Elbeislands with climate-friendly heat. The Energy Bunker supplies heat for the adjacent global neighborhood and will soon serve 3,000 households across the Reiherstieg neighborhood, resulting in a 95% cut in CO2 emissions. There is also a new energy network in Wilhelmsburg Central. Its control center is located directly beneath the Ministry for Urban Development and the Environment. For the first time, new residential buildings can feed renewable heat into the grid, while the swimming pool and the Wälderhaus draw thermal energy from the network. The fourth pillar in the climate protection concept is the use of local and sustainable energy sources such as the Energy Hill. With the ultimate goal of a 100% renewable energy supply, the Elbeisland will use renewable energy sources wherever feasible. Hamburg's Elbeislands are hotbeds of intercultural diversity. In its Cosmopolis theme, IBA highlights representative projects focusing on education, housing, culturally sensitive social infrastructure, as well as art and culture. In the Reiherstieg neighborhood, a former workers' settlement was modernized, redesigned and expanded with new buildings, while the global neighborhood, with its innovative participation process, advances a model for intercultural living. The World Commercial Park, meanwhile, offers local businesses affordable commercial space conveniently close to the residential areas. The Elbeislands Education Drive employs new teaching approaches and concepts to achieve needed improvements in the educational system. Through IBA, 6 building projects, including the groundbreaking Gateway to the World Educational Center, have been completed. Actively involving pupils, teachers and parents in the planning process has been one of the successes scored by the center. The new Hamburg terraces present model approaches for community-oriented living. In internationally diverse Wilhelmsburg, IBA's Feringeck project closes a generational gap by providing residential care options for seniors with and without an immigrant background. We need to establish a strong foundation for art and creativity within the city, and the Feringhöfer Art and Creative Center creates a space for art. Numerous culturally focused IBA projects have been carried out under the auspices of the Cosmopolis theme, including the Elbeislands Creative Quarter. In the Art Makes Work project, for example, artists and creative souls work together with non-profits and people enrolled in employment integration projects. IBA projects have infused the long-neglected south of Hamburg with much-needed innovative energy and given Wilhelmsburg a new centre and a new face.